as we continue, it happens to be another pick in the first round, the 17th pick of the 1998 NFL Draft, linebacker Brian Simmons, North Carolina. Hey, Bengals, who they? What was that day like, man?
Man, you got to make me go back in my memory bank there. That's a long time ago, but it was just a culmination of a lot of hard work.
Right.
A lot of people pouring a lot of energy and support into you, and you know me, I'm a laid back dude, so it was, we stayed at the house, and it was me and
Okay.
my parents, and I think like my like pee wee baseball coach, like one of the guys who was the first guy to ever coach me, and we just had a little small gathering. And going into the draft, you think you got an idea about not necessarily where you're going, but kind of the range you're going in.
Right.
And going into it, I felt like I would be somewhere between like 10 and 20.
Okay.
Um, and a couple guys went before me, like Keith Brookin and Takeo, obviously, and then Anthony Simmons went. And then so you start looking, and you're like, man, I don't know where I'm gonna fall. Like, even though I wasn't out of the range where I thought,
Right.
back then each pick teams had 15 minutes. So to get to 17 felt like a day. You know what I mean? And you sitting there and just nervous about it, and obviously the Bengals took Takeo with their first pick. So when pick 16 come, the Titans take what was his name? Kevin Tyson, I think. Kevin Dyson,
The wide
receiver.
receiver.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So I automatically assume he went at 16. I figured I couldn't go no earlier than 18 because I know the Bengals, they just took a linebacker, so
Right.
they're not going to take me. And then I'm sitting there, and then Coach Duffner calls me, and and says, with the next pick, we're going to take you here at 17. And you just one, you relieved that you don't have to wait anymore.
Right.
Because those 15 minutes per pick, they seem a long time. And it was just more of a, for me, it was more of I was just gonna go play football, and that's what I wanted to do. But for me, it was the joy of being able to finally not only live my dreams, but to get paid to live my dreams, so I can help my mom, so I could buy my mom a house, so I could buy my mom a car. My daughter Brianna was 2 at the time, so
Oh,
now
wow.
I know I could take care of her,
Right.
because before that point, we were trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? And so those are the things that that's what I remember. Now, my wife, or my soon-to-be wife, she was at her mother-in-law house right around, because me and my wife from the same town.
Right.
And so when I got picked, her mom went running out of the house down the street. And we still laugh about that. And then later on that evening, we just had a nice little cookout with family and friends, and that was really the day. Just relieved at that point. No big parties. I didn't ever want to. I wasn't one of the guys. I didn't want to set myself up.
Right.
You guys have parties, and that pick don't go the way you thought it was, and they sitting there with that long face. I'm like, if the pick don't go the way that I want, it ain't gonna be but like 3 people that's gonna see my face, and
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna put myself out there for that.
Now, back then, did they really invite a lot of people to New York like they do now?
No, it wasn't like it is now. Back then, it was, I want to say 5 guys, maybe like, it wasn't a whole lot. Now now it's like 30, 40 guys. I don't know how many it is.
Right. Could you
And
imagine being Aaron Rodgers and waiting until day 2?
well, it was, so no, he still was day one, because he
Oh,
was
that's right. He was 24 in day 1.
But that's the problem. Like, when you go there, you can have your own set of expectations, right?
Right.
And then when it doesn't go the way you think, because if you think about it, Brent, look, all the people that get drafted in a year, and if you go 24, that's early, right?
Yeah.
But you go in there with certain expectations based off of what people tell you or what you're expecting, and now 24 seems like the second or third round, and so not only are you dealing with that emotionally, but every pick, what were they doing? Putting the camera on them, right? And they want to televise that nervousness and that disappointment. So even if I would have gotten invited to the draft, I would have still been at the house in Newburgh, North Carolina.
Yeah, because like you said, that's just not you. You are who you are. You do
Yep.
what you do, and you don't look for applause or
No.
adulations. You just do what you do. So,
Yep. Yep.
man,
And do
I
it while you do it.
hey, definitely, man. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and just being friends with you and your family. And thank you for all that you've done for us. And thank you for making time out today. I greatly appreciate it.
No doubt. You know, anytime you need me, Brent.
All right. Thank you. Tell everybody I say hello.
I will do the same, man.